Hello everyone. It is pretty difficult to teach someone to think outside the box. Most likely this is just our nature. However, some art objects make you look at the world from a different angle. Today, we will help you find inspiration and become more creative. Just watch this video to the end. Let's get it on. Welcome to the magical land of Kalkar. As you can see, this is an amusement park, but not quite an ordinary one. It was built on the former site of a nuclear power plant. Even the cooling tower was converted into a climbing wall, and inside there is a huge swing ride. Don't worry though, visitors won't grow a third hand or something. The construction of the power plant was suspended and the reactor never actually went online. So now you can safely walk there, ride the slides, eat ice cream and generally have a great time. As you can see, the nuclear power facilities fit perfectly into the architectural style and even became the highlight of the park. Do you want to see what's below the surface of the Earth? Then just unzip this zipper. No matter how you look at it, 3D effects are always impressive. Yes, you can see them only from a certain angle, but this doesn't make them any less epic, right? Here's another piece of art. Here, the architects installed several unusual sculptures at once. Now the locals will always know what to post on their Instagram page. Seems like this guy wanted to draw a hopscotch court on the ground, but got a bit carried away. Here's what it looked like. Not bad, considering that the whole picture was drawn with ordinary crayons. You can also try to create something similar outside, but be careful not to scare all of the neighbors away. A Mexico-United States border. It'd seem that this is not the most appropriate place for creative expression. Well, the French artist known as J.R. managed to convince the world otherwise. The goal of this project is to show how boundaries and walls divide people. By the way, the photo shows Kikito, a child the artist met while scouting the location for his impressive project. To celebrate the end of the temporary installation, JR held a picnic on both sides of the fence and even drank tea with a friendly border guard.
Kito, that's you up there.
Artists' minds work in a very different way to ours. For us, the bubbles in the canyon look just like a beautiful installation, but for them, it's something a lot more. According to the creator of this installation, it emphasizes the contrast between the sharp corners of the canyon and the flowing lines of the bubbles, and helps to get a better understanding of nature. Seems too sophisticated, don't you think? We think the guy just wanted to take a beautiful photo for his Instagram page, although you got to admit, there is something mystical about these bubbles. How to make a storm effect right on the ceiling of your room. Turns out it's quite simple. You just need to repeat what this guy did with some LED strips and cotton wool. Okay, well, you actually need a lot of cotton wool, but see what happens to your ceiling. Wow, this master definitely needs to patent his technology. Imagine you got lost in the desert and suddenly you come across this thing. What is it? Hallucinations? An alien ship? Some kind of top secret weapon? Nope, just another artist who decided to create a beautiful yet useless installation. The artist's name is Vincent Leroy, and apparently he loves to confuse people. At first glance, an unusual object looks like computer graphics, but when you get closer, it becomes clear. It's just a bunch of holes and a play of light. Wait, but how's the installation spinning then? Maybe there's a little alien inside it after all. Apparently, this will remain a mystery to us. Who said macrame can't be considered art? An artist from Jakarta has made a whole canvas depicting the sea, mountains and sunset. Isn't it like a painting? According to the creator, the masterpiece spanning 36 feet wide took her 12 days. And here's some more unfinished work, but on a larger scale. Are you also wondering how much a macrame wool weighs? It's amazing that metal beams can carry such a load. If you have always wanted to knit yourself a home, you should definitely use a macrame technique. Recently, it's become increasingly difficult to find a person without a tattoo. And apparently, some artists decided that the statues also deserve body markings. They took the classic sculptures of Apollo and Venus and made real rock stars out of them. Even the spray bottle they use looked like a tattoo machine. Animals, flowers, wings. The designers have chosen the most popular patterns. One statue even has a tattoo on its face. Apparently, this is how monuments to modern rappers will look like in 100 years. Have you ever seen a bird metropolis? Well, this is what it looks like. So far, there are not that many birds here, but let's just wait and see. Another mega birdhouse looks more like a strange skyscraper or some kind of coliseum. The design of houses is based on an original idea for sure, but the designers hardly thought about the comfort of the birds. In any case, we don't recommend putting such a birdhouse near your home. You'll probably have a lot of new noisy neighbors. Mice also want to drink coffee and go to the barber shop. Perhaps this is why such exhibitions sometimes appear on the streets of cities around the world. They are created by an anonymous Swedish design group. All models are very elaborate. Inside, you can see furniture and small details. It really seems like the mice just left a couple of minutes ago. And if you film the houses from a certain angle, it'll be difficult to distinguish them from the real ones. Maybe the life of mice is much more interesting than we believe. A couple of colourful pedestrian crossings appeared in London. Now you can hardly call them zebras, they're just too bright. But such a flamboyance has one upside. The drivers will definitely slow down before the crossing in order to admire this work of art. Sure, an ordinary zebra crossing looks more familiar, but we wouldn't mind adding a bit of colour. Who said that farming is not an art form? One artist from England would disagree. He designed a huge wooden frame and placed a farm with cows inside it. This is how it looks from above. Well, does it look like a painting? We think it does. By the way, animals nibble on the grass right in front of the Royal Naval College, which only adds more expression to the spectacle. These are probably the most photogenic cows in the whole of the UK. A good old mosaic with a 3D effect. But don't rush to skip it, this'll definitely surprise you. First, the guy prepared everything and took the work very seriously. Well, he definitely has a good eye for proportion. All the joints are perfectly straight. Now take a look at the final result. If you want a cool bathroom floor, you know who to call. This looks like strange lanterns shaped like wilting flowers, but in fact, this is much more interesting. You may notice their buds open when a person or a car passes underneath them. The idea, of course, is exciting, but the lanterns are supposed to light up a person's path, not turn on after he's already gone. However, the petals act as a shelter from the rain or the sun, so they're not entirely useless. Garbage can be a good material for artworks. It's easy to get, and it takes any shape, but only this guy is capable of creating masterpieces from rusty pieces of iron. Take a look at his work, and you'll see for yourself. The artist's unusual style serves as a reminder that people generate a lot of trash. Most often, the characters of his installations are animals that suffer from pollution. Want to look at people from the side? No, we're not talking about a mirror here. The scale will be much larger. This is a detailed model of the globe, created from NASA imagery and featuring high-resolution photographs. Seas, continents, clouds, all proportions are observed to create a perfect illusion. The funny thing is that this artificial Earth has been in every corner of the planet. The art object has been exhibited in China, the USA, Italy, and a dozen other countries. The blue sphere is so realistic that next to it you feel really small. You can even imagine you're there somewhere, sitting and watching this video. Oh wait, seems like we really found you. Yeah, here's your room, your YouTube account, and oh wait, are you still not subscribed to the Mind Warehouse? Let's make a deal, right? You hit that subscribe button now and never miss another cool video again, okay?